Hello, everybody, and welcome back to. I think this is episode 9 now, actually, of our new arc, in fact, of our chronicle here. And for now, we begin very slightly in the past with our old, reliable heroes, who are, funny enough, not so old, in fact. It's just.
Yeah,
Sorry, what's
you
up?
make it sound like you're ancient.
Oh, I am.
Well, hey man, your soul can be ancient, you know? I mean, shit, I feel ancient as fuck. I don't know about you. Personally speaking, you know? But
I
anyways,
felt like I was
We have
75 since I was 12.
what were you saying, Al?
we all have ancient blood in us, I think.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
I I believe. I guess not. Well, I don't know that about Beatrice, but she's not here.
I don't think Max has any ancient blood in him either.
He got that dog in him, though.
He just
Oh no. Oh god, fuck no. Oh no. Okay, we begin slightly in the past. Just after the four winds have been released from the bag that they had been imprisoned inside of, after our conquering heroes returned home. It was, well, you, for all intents and purposes, you had won. You had accomplished what you set out to do. You had, prevented so much more destruction and so many more lives from being lost from that freakish hurricane that Escalon had been conjuring into existence. You didn't beat the big bad evil guy, of course, but for now, you've thwarted his plans. You remember how once you stepped back into the barrier of Camp Half Blood, it was kind of an awkward time because Simon naturally had to be like, "Hey, Halcyon, you can totally come in, man. It's all right. The you're welcome here." Because of course, being a lycanthrope, you weren't actually able to pass through the barrier. Funny enough, perhaps a shocking moment, another reminder of how things have changed for you ever since that encounter in the woods. And all of the campers, along with Mr. D and Chiron, gathered to welcome you back in. And right as you stepped through, your father claimed you. The emblem that was used was a compass, and it was glowing bright orange, and the N, or I'm sorry, rather the S, connotating the southern wind, was sort of bold and stood out, claiming you and letting all know that you were a son of the southern wind, the son of Notos. But, unfortunately, well, nothing lasts forever. Even the good things, unfortunately, do not last forever. You tried to contact your mother not too long after. Oh, god damn it, my monitor is. After the storm had passed, Halcyon, only to find that, um, because Chiron had told you about iris messaging and whatnot, and that you could use that to contact your mother, but despite your best attempts, you were never able to reach her. And it's been about 3 months now. So we went from June to September, and all of this time there's been nothing. Just silence. I can imagine it probably must have been scary for Halcyon. Would you like to describe his feelings about that?
Um, he's kind of. I want to say he's like. No, they couldn't be this easy. It was just like, fuck. Well, he wouldn't say fuck because he's a kid, but he's like, damn it. I I knew it couldn't be, I couldn't just be happy for 2 seconds. Something has to be wrong. I know it's probably the freaking wizard, evil wizard guy. Now I gotta go save my mom. I don't want to even think that she's, you know, hurt or worse. Like that's not even. He's not even letting himself think that. Like, okay, something's wrong. I gotta I gotta find her.
So you're keeping your determination. That's a good thing.
Yeah. But
Gotcha.
also he's like pissed
I
that
mean,
this is happening.
yeah, and rightfully so. And very rightfully so. And it's not just been stuff that's been going on with Halcyon either. Beatrice had to have a very difficult and awkward conversation between her foster parent and Chiron to explain her newfound, well, adoption. Man, she got adopted twice. That's crazy. Wow. Anyways, and then there was also the ongoing troubles with Max. Maxwell, you've been steadily trying to pursue justice against Aaron for the murder of your entire pack, other than, well, of course, you. But so far, things have been very slow. Nothing has really happened quite yet in regards to actually, like, getting any sort of justice. Chiron seems to have, you know, been keeping an eye on the two of you, just to make sure that nothing in particular goes wrong, but it's been slow going. Though you and Mr. D have been getting along pretty well, would you like to talk about Maxwell's thoughts and feelings for over the past few months?
Yeah. Over the past few months, Max has really just been um, trying to throw his all into being at camp. So that means he's been training, he's been learning, he's made some other friends, and he's been trying to build himself up, basically. Um, like you mentioned, he's been getting closer to Mr. D. That mainly involves him drinking a lot of Diet Coke and playing Pinochle. But beyond that, I think he's trusting the god of wine. So it's a new experience for him to trust an adult. Um, and yeah, he's just been really trying to learn and to make himself useful because he's not sure when the next trouble is going to happen, the next problem is going to. So he's just trying to make sure that he is good enough to do something about it.
Indeed. Indeed. And you've also been training with your newfound Hephaestus buddy, Huey, on how to be an enchanter. And just, in general training, that's what camp life is like. You just train, you handle any sort of troubles that may crop up in the meantime, and you try to make it. Try to not die young, as it were. And have fun along the way. It always helps to try and have some kind of fun along the way, right? Life is short, and you have to make the most of it. especially for demigods and demigod adjacent beings. You know, nothing is promised, really, truly. And Simon, though you are now no longer residing at camp as you've gone on to try and find more demigods, you had the unfortunate news of your own father, Cornus, having gone missing. How does Simon feel about all of the events that have passed?
Despite, his father going missing, Simon is certain that good old Cornus is gonna be back eventually. He's optimistic about things, now that the evil wizard is not defeated, but dealt with for now. He is busy at the job.
Indeed, keeping himself busy with his work. That's Simon Meadows, everybody. Satyr extraordinaire. He leaves, going to search for one demigod, and he returns with two. Surprise one along the way at that.
Yeah.
It's like a bargain sale of divinity, as it were. Rescue one, get one free.
Two free.
Right. He's found even more now, man. Simon is kicking ass. That being a seeker, actually. Really.
Put it all on black, baby. Put it all on black.
He's very good.
Indeed. And that's where we find ourselves now, in September, at camp. And Halcyon, Max, you find yourselves plopped on the ground, sitting near the camp hearth fire. Halcyon, ever since your unfortunate run-in with the lycanthrope in the woods, Chiron has been having you train on how to keep control over your emotions so that things don't get really furry really quick. He wouldn't want any more of his students to, unfortunately, have the dreadful fate of being turned into a lycanthrope, as has befallen you. And although there have been many, many people who have been weary regarding you, even though you essentially have saved this camp from being just utterly decimated by Jesus Christ, by the hurricane, there's just that level of distrust that they seem to show you. It isn't helped, in fact, by the whole thing going on with Maxwell and Aaron either. There's just this rift of distrust between you and everybody else in camp. And so you've been training with a ward of Polyhymnia named Venus. Venus is this sort of older girl. She's black, about 17 or 18. And, well, she's sort of like you. She's, in a way, an outsider. You've noticed that sometimes wards get to be... They get treated very poorly, in a sense. Especially by the unclaimed kids. There's this sort of resentment that they are often shown. The common sort of sentiment being, oh, so the gods can claim new kids, but they can't even, bother to claim the ones they already have. Something along those lines. So, like you in a way, Venus is an outsider. She's had to deal with her own sort of scapegoating, in a way. Perhaps not to the same degree as you, but there is a common thread between the two of you. She's been exceptionally kind to you and exceptionally understanding towards you. You haven't really ever gotten the sense that she's thought less of you or that she was afraid of you in any sort of way, in fact. One second. Gosh. And so you find yourself, along with Maxwell, near the hearth fire. You're in your sort of meditative pose, whatever that might look like for you, because it doesn't have to be crisscross applesauce with your hands and the sort of symbols or anything like that. So it can really look like anything you want it to. And she looks at you and she says, well, you've come a long way, since we first began training, Hal. I gotta say, I'm really impressed by just how well you've been picking up on everything. Has it been helping you? Have you been able to feel calmer?
Well, when she says she's impressed, Halcyon is like immediately like smiling, like yay. But he's like, yeah, it's been really helping me. I think I have a lot more, connection with it, with my, condition. I feel like I understand it more, like, it's not as scary. It's still a little scary, I'll be honest. The whole becoming a werewolf, but not as scary as it first was.
That's good. Just remember, Hal, we're never defined by the things that have happened to us. We are not what has happened to us. Just remember that. You're a good kid. You deserve so much better than a lot of the people here have been treating you. Especially Darwin. I'm so sorry to hear about that. Like how he's been towards you.
Yeah. He's a dick.
She chuckles at that. Yeah, I guess so, huh?
Yeah. Like, I need to get back at him somehow. Just like, I don't know if he says that out loud, but he's just like, if I need to like pull a prank or something.
Does he say that out loud? Or is he just thinking it?
He sort of whispers it to Max, I think, like, I gotta get that Darwin guy. He's like, he needs to, he needs something bad to happen to him.
How about we thinking? I mean, I've got some ideas.
Spill them on me. I mean, maybe not right now, but write them down, send them to me.
And you've even managed to survive long enough to get your first camp bead. And you have you have your necklace with hopefully many more beads to come. In fact, this one is a deep blue, like the ocean, and it has these sort of clouds, painted on it, along with like this skyscraper in the foreground and this blood red sort of hurricane as well, symbolizing the quest that you and your comrades had to go on in order to, ensure that things didn't get really destroyed too badly. So it's sort of a commemoration of your heroics for this summer. Look at that, first few days at camp, you're already iconic in a way. um,
Yeah. I just want to say definitely
what? Uh,
on
I,
Halcyon's can't be. He definitely chews on that thing.
fair enough.
It's something he started doing since he became a lycanthrope. He just feels like chewing on things.
Someone get this kid a piece of rope. Get him a bone. Someone. Oh no. Oh. Oh no. Okay. Anyways. So, today, Hal, I wanted us to try a new form of meditation. It's called metta. It's this Buddhist sort of meditation. It's also called loving kindness. Um, so the way you do it is it starts with you. You know, how can we love other people really, or show them any sort of kindness if we aren't really able to do that for ourselves? A lot of people, they get so caught up in this negative sort of idea about who they are, or they don't think they're worthy of loving themselves as it was. That it's really quite sad to think about. So focus on yourself and wish yourself well. It can be anything really, like just anything at all. And you too, Maxwell, if you want to help for yourself.
Sure.
And what are you guys like thinking as you're doing this?
I think in this moment,
Um,
as they sort of start to go into their own minds, Max is not at all paying attention to what Venus is saying. Like he heard her, but he's just kind of like, well, self betterment, self love, that's fine and all, but I got ideas. So he's thinking about like project ideas, stuff that he's talked about with Huey. He wants it. He's thinking like go into the city and buy a fanny pack because I've heard those are pretty popular nowadays. And he's got plans on plans on plans, and he's just thinking on his projects in the forge and whatnot, and not at all thinking about self love.
Valid. He is not really there for it. Okay.
okay, yeah. Halcyon is thinking like, man, things have been hard for you, bro. Just like you've been through a lot. You're pretty tough. You know we don't give ourselves enough credit for just how tough we've been with all the shit that we just went through. Like we got thick skin. We're we're no laughing. We're no pushover. We're a pretty cool, tough guy.
And after you do that, after a bit, Venus, she speaks again in this sort of like calm, soothing sort of voice, and she says, now think of somebody you love, somebody close to you, somebody that it's easy to love.
Um, well, Halcyon is first and foremost thinking about his mom. That's like number one. And
I
then
think
he also thinks about like Max, as his friend.
that's the I was gonna. Yeah, Max is like that catches him off guard, because he's like, okay, they're thinking about self-love, that's fine and all. But then she says, like, think about someone you love. And Max's, like, mind goes, and then that's it. And that sort of makes him sort of zone out, like, stop thinking about his projects, because that's one person. And, like, sure, he has other friends, but that's, like, think, like, someone he's close enough to say he loves, that's one person. And that's, like, startling, like, thought to him. Like, I only like one person so far as family.
And that's Halcyon?
Yeah.
It's the fucking brotherhood over here. I love it. And after that, after a bit more time has passed, she says, now somebody neutral, somebody that you don't hate or love.
Neutral.
And she says, if you can't think of anybody, that's okay. We can move on to the next step if it's something you're having trouble with.
Halcyon thinks of the president.
The
He
president.
thinks about the president.
President of the
He's like,
United
I don't
States.
care.
Because that's the 90s. Who would be the fucking president in the 90s? Shit, I don't know my fucking history well enough.
What year?
Let's say like 1995.
Bill Clinton.
Bill Clinton. It's Bill Clinton.
Wow. Yeah, I don't care at all about him.
I feel your
My
pain,
favorite.
America. I feel your pain.
Oh no.
Now I'm gonna go on TV and play the saxophone. I did not inhale.
My favorite Percy Jackson character, Bill Clinton.
Oh no. No.
My God.
Okay. And after some more time has passed, and now for the final exercise. Think of somebody you hate, your worst enemy you could even think of. It can be anybody, really. And try to let go of that anger. Try to... It's not about forgiving them necessarily, it's letting go of the anger that's there.
That's hard. On one hand, Halcyon really doesn't like Darwin, who's been a bully to him. But I think he more dislikes the evil wizard guy. And he's like... He tries to think like, you know... I don't really know this guy, you know? All he did was do some really messed up stuff and for reasons I still don't understand because he talked in friggin' riddles. And I never even bothered to remember his name. So, you know, what does that say about me? He's just evil wizard man.
He doesn't even remember his name, he's just evil wizard man.
No, he's evil wizard man.
Yeah.
I think both Halcyon and Max refer to him as such.
Yeah, evil wizard guy.
Evil wizard
Yeah.
man.
That guy who threw me out of a window that one time.
Is that one of his epithets? Evil wizard man? He who throws people out of windows?
The
He who
defenestrate.
defenestrates? Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I think in this moment, yes, Max thinks of the wizard. That guy nearly killed him, and that's not something you forget about. So he's like thinking about it, and then his mind goes to Aaron, and he tries. He really does. He stops. He just sort of clenches his hands and he like closes his eyes as tight as he can, and he tries to think. He's just a kid. He's just a kid. He's just a kid. He's just a kid. He was told to do it. It's not his fault, but then he just can't because even if he was just a kid, so was Max, and that's not enough of an excuse. And as he thinks this, I think Max is just gonna. He's not gonna. He's not an outburst per se. He's just gonna stand up and walk away, like a short distance away, to be away from this whole conversation.
Okay. And you notice that Venus watches you as you sit up, but she doesn't say anything, and she doesn't seem to be bothered by this. She just keeps a very neutral, calm sort of expression, and she allows you to take the distance that you need. And then, after a little while, she says, "So, how are you feeling, Hal?"
Okay, I think. He's like, that was good, but also Max is clearly upset. Um, you know, he doesn't say that part out loud. He's just like, it was good. I think it was good. Um, you know, I think it's important to, you know, ground yourself and remember the people that you love and that even the people you don't like are still people.
Exactly. She smiles at that. You've done well. I'm proud of you for all of your work this summer on getting a better handle on everything. When Chiron first asked me about this, when he first asked me to help you, I hadn't really ever done anything like that exactly. I've always just sort of focused on my own mind. That I kind of forgot to also be there for the people around me. So I'm really happy that I could help you with this. Do you know much about this fire, Hal? And she gestures to the hearth.
Um, can I roll for that?
Yeah, sure, if you'd like to. You can give us a intelligence arcane. Yeah. Hey, that's a success. So, what
Yeah.
you know about the campfire is that it is sort of like the heart of Camp Half-Blood, like the sort of spiritual center, in a sense, and it's sacred to Lady Hestia.
Yeah, he's like, it's like the main center of camp. It's like it's the thing. It's Hestia's thing that, you know, helps everyone be like together and stuff.
I think I understand, she says. That's right. This place, it's like a home for all of us, really, and for some people here, it's the only home they have, really. It's I'm trying to find the words really. Special. I'll just say that it's special. And she pauses for a moment as she looks into the flames. Then she reaches down towards the base and she picks up a small stone. I don't know. I guess maybe. She fidgets with the stone in her fingers before she slowly reaches into the flames, perhaps much even to your surprise. But you watch perhaps in concern at first, and then perhaps in surprise as she doesn't jerk back immediately. But it doesn't seem like she's in any sort of pain or anything. And she holds the stone in the flames there for a few seconds. Can you guys hear me?
You cut out for
Kinda.
like a half second there.
Okay, sorry about that. Let me just move this. There we go. If that happens again or anything, let me know. And you watch as the stone grows hotter and hotter until it's eventually glowing like faintly orange. She brings it out and she cups it in her hands and she blows. And you watch as the stone sort of cools down rapidly. And she looks to you, Hal, and she says, "Hey, reach out to me real quick. Give me your hand."
I don't want to touch that.
Hal, I wouldn't do anything if it were going to hurt you. Come on.
Okay, you hold out his hand.
And she gently cups the rock into your hands. You expect for it to be scorching hot and painful at first. Maybe you even flinch. But that's not it at all. It's just warm, really. It's almost pleasantly warm, in fact, almost like a hand warmer in, the cold winter weather. And it reminds you a bit about how the fall is slowly getting here. You can feel it, how summer is receding back slowly, how your father's influence is waning slowly as Eurus is taking his place in the cycle of the world as the fall is slowly coming in. And she says to you, if you ever find yourself in a tight spot, use this stone. You could smash it on the ground, you can crush it in your hands, anything like that. Do that, and you, along with anybody who's near you, will be brought to a safe place. Okay?
Just like a random safe place, or like somewhere specific?
It's a specific place. She pauses as she thinks about the words. It's home. And that's all I can tell you, really. You're going to have to trust me on this.
Like, okay. He like tries to process that. It takes you home. Okay. I hope that's here and not the home that I had that exploded.
No, it won't be your exploded home. But it will be somewhere safe, and you will feel at home there, I promise you.
Okay. That's assuring.
And
It's the Bass Pro Shop pyramid.
That's where it takes you, folks. It takes you to the Bass Pro Shop. Look out.
The pyramid.
The pier. Okay, anyways. And then she lets go of your hands and she says, I think you should go talk to Max. He seems to have a lot on his mind.
Yeah, I noticed that. Yeah, I'll go ask what's up. And he walks over to Max and he's like, "Hey, how you feeling?"
Oh, I'm trying not to be so angry all the time. And sometimes it works and other times it doesn't. And sometimes it's better for me to just walk away for a little bit.
Okay, that makes sense. You know, what do you think of like the meditating and stuff?
I mean, if it helps you, then, keep doing it. I'm It's nice, but there's some people who I hate, who I just can't forgive, and that's something I'm gonna have to deal with, I guess.
I mean, I guess, like, she didn't say to Did she say to forgive them? What
No,
was her exact
no,
words?
she said it wasn't about forgiving, that it was just about letting go of the anger.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to forgive them to let go of to not be mad at them. They can still be, you know, it's, it's like, this is, wow. Didn't expect to get this deep this early. Um, it's like, they still did bad stuff to you. And, it's not on you to, like, forgive them for that if they didn't do anything to take back the bad stuff they did. You know, you don't have to forgive them. You just have to, not let yourself get tied down by that. You gotta, like, you know, it's more about you than them. It's more about you not letting yourself get chained up by, you know,
And as you say that, you hear a
and,
voice upon the wind, and it's one that you recognize immediately. You recognize it as the voice of your father. And he says, "Yes, take it from me, being tied down is not pleasant." And you feel this presence sort of manifesting around you, and it feels like the peak of summer. You can just feel it pushing back against, the creeping fall that is coming in, against the waning of the light, against the chill of fall. And then he's there. He seems to just appear from the air around you. You notice that he seems to almost
oh,
glow faintly. And he smiles at you, Halcyon. And then he looks to you, Maxwell. "It's good to see you both. I'm sorry that it took me this long to come and pay a visit."
Hey, yo, what?
hi,
Oh,
Dad.
sorry, you broke up. What was that?
Yeah, he's just like, oh, hi, Dad. Didn't expect you to like just pop in, like, kind of in the middle of a very, like, private conversation we were just having. It was getting, like, very deep. Um, anyway, yeah, wild. I was not prepared at all for you to um just to appear. Wow, I have a lot I need to say to you. How long are you sticking around?
I, unfortunately, I can't stick around for too long. I wish I could, but I promised that I would come to see you,
Everything.
that we would talk, and I also promised rewards, gifts for your friends and you, for your service, for freeing
Oh,
us from that dreadful, horrible sorcerer's bag. Gods, if I ever find him.
Yeah, he threw me out of a window.
you're
Also, hi, Mr. Kelsey's dad. Um, I I guess yeah. Should I leave you guys alone for this? I mean, it is like a dad and son talk thing.
you're cool. You're cool.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I was just like, you know, my mom's missing Do you know what's up with?
I I had tried to visit her after, and unfortunately, she was not there. I don't know where your mother is, Halcyon. I wish that I did. I will say that I don't believe that she is dead. I wish I could tell you
Oh,
more than that, son, but unfortunately, I do not know.
okay. Well, that's sharing and worrying, I guess. Yeah. Oh, wow. Um, I just read the chat and realized we got not a lot of time.
Yeah, sorry. I'm trying to move as quickly as I can, everybody. It's just a lot to.
Yeah, but basically, yeah, Halcyon's just like catching up, just like, hey, where you been? You know, how's big, uh,
You're really
discuss
breaking
small
up
stuff like
really
that.
bad. Hal, sorry.
Okay, yeah. So can you hear me better?
Yeah.
Okay, so basically Halcyon's just saying, you know, how long were you trapped like that? What was it like living in a bag? Your my stuff. What what does it mean to be son, Ickley?
And he tries to give you as good of an answer for all of those questions as he can. And for when you ask him what it means to be his son, he says he means to live your life well. That that's all that I really ask of you. I I don't want to levy too many expectations on you. Life is hard enough for
Okay,
heroes.
yeah. Okay, I that's good to hear. I was more asking like, you know, mythologically, what does it mean to be your son? Like, um,
And he seems confused by the question. Mythologically, what does it mean to be my son? I I don't think I understand what you mean.
I mean, is there anything I should know about? Like, is there anyone that's going to be specifically like mad about my existence or try to kill me because I am your son?
And he thinks about that for a moment. No, 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 I don't believe so. No, no, not really. Besides the usual, just monsters and yeah, there isn't really anyone specifically I can think of. Oh, one second. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. My Discord went quiet. But my time is short and I do have to get to returning to my duties. But before I do, gifts. When you see your Simon, your friend Simon, you can give him, and he reaches into this satchel on his side, and he brings out this brown, small brown like sack. And he hands it to you. That's from Zephyrus. I'm not sure exactly what is inside of it, but but Zephyrus seemed to think that it would be useful to your friend. And for you, Maxwell, a gift from Boreas. And Notos, he whistles sharply into the air. And it takes a moment, but you see this cloud looking thing almost fly down from nearby. And it looks like almost like a blizzard in a way, like a small blizzard in the shape of a horse, you think? A gift from Boreas, a companion to stay by your side whenever you should feel lonely. And Notos gestures, and the horse sort of like, the wind horse sort of like just goes over to you. It seems to solidify a bit more.
Oh, wow. That's incredible. Halcyon, I think your dad just gave me a pony for my birthday.
Sweet.
And speaking of birthdays, for you, my son, he reaches into his sack. Oh, where is it at? Right here. And he brings out this small celestial bronze Zippo lighter, of all things. It has like a compass that's like built into it. And he flicks it open and he lights it for a moment. But that's not all. Closes the lighter, flicks it open again, and then closes it again really quickly in like this really sort of quick gesture, and the sword changes form before your eyes. And suddenly, or I'm sorry, the lighter changes form before your eyes, and suddenly he's holding this celestial bronze longsword. It's not a fucking pin, shut up. And as he holds it, you notice that the sword seems to glow brightly for a moment, and then flames engulf around it. You notice that one of the edges is celestial bronze, and the other silver. And he looks to you, Hal, and he says, "Here, carefully take this." And he holds the hilt out towards you. I figure that every boy, when he gets old enough, ought to have his very own giant flaming sword for his birthday. Wouldn't you agree?
Okay, Dad, yeah, I've known you for, I want to say, 10 minutes, and I think I love you.
Well, I love you too, son. And I'm proud of you.
Hal is just, like, having the best day ever right now.
And
Man,
after he gives you the
flaming
sword,
freaking sword.
you notice
Sick.
you
Alright.
notice on the hilt there seems to be these Greek letters. You can feel them at first, then you investigate. And the letters that you find, I'll just fetch these real quick. Right there, copy. And then we'll just come over here. And you look at them, and it takes you a moment to translate the Greek. And it reads, Sirius. And you recognize that. It's the name of the dog star. It also means Scorcher. Named after the dog days of summer, in fact. How fitting.
Hey, dogs.
So many dogs.
You know, he's like, holding it up. He's holding it up like SpongeBob holding up the golden spatula. He's like, oh my gosh, I got a sword. I got a freaking flaming sword. He's carefully, away from his friend and father, just swinging it around a little bit, just like, whoa.
Be careful, though. It is part silver. And remember, and he holds his finger out to you carefully, only you can prevent wildfires.
And then he turns into a bear.
He's like pointing at the. He's like pointing at the camera, and both me and Max are like trying to see where he's pointing to. Like, who are you talking to?
Wilson, I think your dad is schizophrenic.
Oh my god. Okay. And last but certainly not least, and don't worry about Acacia. We talked with Hermes and we've already worked out a gift for her. And for your friend Beatrice, wherever she might be currently, we have this for her from Eurus. And he brings out from his sack, or satchel rather, it's not a sack, it's satchel, a small book and one of those sort of old-timey film cameras that sort of like prints the picture on the spot for her, so that she may look back at all of her fondest moments whenever she pleases.
Sick. That's a nice Polaroid.
And speaking of
I'll see your dad.
and speaking of Beatrice, you hear her calling for you, and she's like, "Hal, Max," and at that, Notos, he says, "Oh well, I suppose I should be going then. Have fun, kids." And just like that, he's gone.
Bye, Dad.
Goodbye, Sky Daddy.
I can't believe your dad got me a horse. Horse. Your dad's
He gave me a
brother.
freaking. Oh. Yeah, he gave me a freaking flaming sword. This is the coolest thing ever.
And then Beatrice got a camera and a book, and then Simon got a brown sack. Oh man, it's gonna
Yeah.
be so fun to show him this. I'm gonna be like, hey, look at my majestic horse, and
Yeah.
and then I'll show him like, hey, here's your sack.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe that's for pooping.
Oh no!
See, he still hasn't told me how it works.
How
Yeah,
go?
I'm still asking him every day.
Asking what?
Yeah.
Oops.
So basically, okay. So while you were missing, we thought you went to the bathroom. So we were looking for you, and we were thinking, like, where does a satyr use the bathroom?
Oh god.
And we were like, it can't be like a human toilet, because like you got your legs are like probably don't work like that, and so we were like, maybe we were just confused,
Make sure you keep this in the edit.
Oh, don't worry.
Oh.
It's fucking going in there.
Yeah, no, this is all actually happened. This all happened.
No,
in a
yeah, there was an
previous
entire
episode
fucking episode
where
about
we
this.
had this conversation.
Yep,
Um,
it's great.
Yeah, so-
It's fucking glorious. I've never laughed so hard in my life.
Yeah, this was shortly after Max almost died, and then they were on their way back from the tower.
Yep.
And they were just talking about how Simon poops the whole way back.
Yeah, this is what you get for missing a session. Is we
Not a phone in sight.
I think the answer is he doesn't.
I'm sorry, not
okay.
that's not healthy at
Wait.
all.
That
You really
adds
should
more
see a doctor
questions.
about that, dude.
Okay, but we really do, because I don't want to have...
Don't satyrs just eat like grass?
Yeah,
That's
can we-
favorite.
Yeah, so putting aside the age-old question of how do goats use the bathroom for a second, Because I don't want to keep them waiting for too much longer. I'm just gonna push us along here a little bit. Beatrice comes over to you. She very quickly explains that she and Simon set up this sort of like plan so that if anything ever went wrong, and he needed help, you guys could go and get her, or get Simon and rescue him, just in case anything ever went wrong. So she gives you a compass, Halcyon, and you notice it doesn't point north; it points in another direction. And she says that Simon has sent the signal and that he's in trouble and he needs your guys' help. And that she's already talked to Chiron and Mr. D, and the van is ready to go and everything.
What do we need the van for if we can hop on our new flying horse?
And she looks at it. She's like, "You have a flying horse? How did you get that?"
My dad.
Halcyon's dad got his brother to make me a horse out of the clouds.
Why?
Because
as
we
a gift.
from the
A gift? For what?
For saving him. Anyway, we really gotta go.
Okay, you can tell me along the way then. And so you hop in the van, and you make your way. It takes you a while, but you make your way over to wherever it is Simon is at. You follow the compass with Argus, at the wheel driving, and you arrive at a high school, of all places. You exit the van. Argus says that he doesn't say anything, but you get the idea that he's not going to leave without you. He's ever wordless, ever silent, ever watching, as always.
Hand signals.
He probably would use ASL, wouldn't he?
No one ever knows what they mean.
But anyways, he's going to wait for you and keep an eye out. Keep a few eyes out. Really.
About 100 of them, I guess.
Oh, exactly. And so you get out to the entrance of the high school, towards the main office. You go inside, because that's where the compass is pointing you to. I'd imagine you guys are probably, as ready as you can be for trouble, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I'm
Flaming sword out.
Flaming sword out. What could possibly go wrong? You walk inside, and immediately the fire alarms go off. No, I'm joking. Don't worry. But yeah.
Oh, yeah, right.
Okay, so you probably have your lighter ready to, if you need to put it into a sword, I imagine, right?
Yeah.
somehow think a kid walking into a school with a lighter is also something that would be very much noticeable.
Dog, it's
Okay,
the 90s. That shit happened all the time.
It's a high school.
Yeah, man, come on.
We're,
Anyways,
I'm pretty sure you set this, pre-Columbine? Nobody gives a shit.
yeah, it's in the 90s, so... Okay, anyways,
there were still cigarette machines in here. Anyway.
Oh my god. Jesus. Okay, so anyways,
Probably is.
you get into the main office, and you notice Simon, along with a few other people, the other player characters. Would everybody like to describe what they look like to each other? Just real quick.
Hmm?
Would everybody like to describe their character to each other? Just real quick. We'll start from the top of the list, so Hal, you can go first.
Yeah, Hal's like a young boy. I used one of the, for a reference, these little brothers, young, as a young child. So imagine, young Macaulay Culkin-ish, kid who's just pretty normal, but has a lighter.
Macaulay Culkin with a lighter. Got it.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Ivy, you're up next.
Okay. Ivy is a woman with light brown hair, a young woman. She does look a little older, probably older end of 16. She's got hazel eyes. She is dressed in a manner of like the 90s goth fashion. You know, the trip jeans, the did they have trip jeans in the 90s? I know they had them when I was growing up. That was like in like the 2000s, so. Yeah, I don't
Kinda.
remember if they did. A similar thing to that, if you know what that is. They're like the baggy jeans with all the, what is it?
Chains and shit.
Buckles and chains, and yeah, and wearing like a black graphic tee. You do see, because of based on how things went last time, yeah, she would still have the bird. So yeah, you do see a dark raven perched on her shoulder. And she looks. With it, she's also wearing a jacket over the t-shirt, like one of those like baggy hoodies. And she looks. Sorry, no, she looks. Her skin seems really smooth. Like there's no pimples, there's no like blemishes, anything like that. Very smooth skin, and obviously very pretty as well. So, yeah, that's Ivy.
Okay. All right, Max, you're up next. You're muted if you're talking.
Max, yeah, sorry about that. Max is where he started off just wearing his hoodie all the time. He sort of changed over the summer, and his hoodie is now dirtier than ever, and is tied around his waist because he can no longer handle having it on. It's just sort of an icky. It's got some smears from like oil and other stuff they work on. They work within the forge. He's wearing this black tank top, and his skin, sort of from his time in the forge and out in the sun during the summer training, has darkened more. It's more of like an olive, dark tone. His hair has grown. It reaches past his chin now, and he ties it up usually in like a messy ponytail when he can. And he's exchanged his signature khaki shorts for a pair of currently very fashionable at the time jorts.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we got the jorts on, we got the sandals on, no socks because sandals with socks, please. Not in Florida, at least. And I think on his right hand, for those who can see through the mist, or no, on his left hand, for those who can see through the mist, is a demi-gauntlet with a little bit of a dull reddish power just sort of pulsing around it, but it's kind of on the down low for those who can't see through the mist.
Also, we do have somebody in the party who has perfect sight through the mist. What does Max look like underneath the mist?
Oh boy. So instead of the olive skin along the face and brown eyes and whatnot and dark brown hair, there's instead a Doberman head. Sort of a black and brown, ears standing directly up. And it's very much a thing where in his normal... He's a lot more expressive. George is not a gross word. He's not very expressive in his dog face form because dogs in general can't really express emotions that well with their faces. So I guess it'd be a little bit harder to read him if you could see him as a dog, but he does look like a Doberman.
Nice. All right, Rodney. What about you?
Uh, kind of like this.
There it is.
Ooh.
Yeah, a little
Nice.
scruffy, black eyes, but like silverish gray almost, irises. Um, he usually just keeps his, like, I'm gonna call it glamour, up, where he doesn't look like he is, what he is, which is, entirely made out of stone. He is dressed, since I remembered, that is summertime, and he is, a wandering fella. Uh, he's in some, like, almost acid washy cutoffs. Uh, they stop just above the knee. He's got on like a red-ish. You can tell it used to be a t-shirt, but it looks like it tore off somewhere around the midriff. And that's kind of his vibe. He's just chilling.
He's just a chill dude.
He's just going with the flow, man.
He's
He's
just
just
a
going with the
chill
flow.
dude, bro.
We
Okay,
don't really
Simon.
need saving, but well, I'll take it.
Your turn,
Hey.
Simon.
Mine.
Yep.
So you guys probably know what Simon looks like. He's a sort of short, athletic-looking kid. He's currently, I believe, we left off with him not wearing his pants, so you can see, the goat legs, brown, fluffy goat's hindquarters. He's got curly brown, hair, freckles, green eyes. You can see his goat ears just sort of flicking. He looks a little worried at the moment, and from his curls you can see, his horns poking out. He's just
And
wearing a t.
oh, sorry, keep going. My bad.
He's just wearing a t-shirt, nothing more, really.
Okay. Okay.
Porky Pig in it.
Okay. Slight addendum, if I may. If either of you can see through the mist, Ivy's bird is corpse and rotted, and it has like vines growing through it.
Spooky.
Yeah, spooky. And its eyes are definitely glowing a almost greenish, bluish, kind of like that aura of the underworld glow.
Spooky.
Yeah.
Okay.
And standing behind all of them, along with another boy. How the hell did Steven describe his character? I don't quite remember. 1 second. Oh my gosh. I'll just send the picture that Darcel gave to me. Gosh darn it. See another boy. He has like dark brown sorts of hair. These, almost like dark blue sort of eyes. His arm is currently I think he said his right arm is currently in a cast. Seems to have gotten some sort of an injury somewhere along the line, but who's to say exactly what? And standing beside him, you see an older man. 1 second. Just link the picture here. He's got this sort of like mane of dark brown hair, these light green eyes, wearing a pair of these square glasses. He's got a bit of a beard going on, sweaters kind of situation. Looks to be maybe a teacher or like a guidance counselor or something of that nature. And he smiles wide as he sees you, as he sees everybody. He's like, "Ah, you arrived sooner than I thought you would." And immediately you recognize this man's voice. This is the evil wizard man from back during your quest.
Oh, okay.
I thought I recognized the picture.
I think in this moment, as he sees this guy, it's like fight or flight, pretty much. Max has dealt with this dude before. He almost died last time. And in this moment of panic, I think he's going to use his magical item, and he's going to. This pulse of dull red energy is going to just sort of flicker across the demi gauntlet, and what should I throw at him? It's just this crowbar, I guess, made of glowing light, appears in his right hand, and Maxwell's gonna just throw it at this guy.
And as you throw it, you notice the boy with his arm in a cast. He sort of like flinches, like, whoa! And you watch as the crowbar just seems to shatter in front of him. And he frowns at it and he's like, now, Maxwell, I know that we've gotten off on the wrong foot, but I want to preempt this. I mean you no harm. I'm not here to fight you right now. I'm very sorry, and I know that does not come anywhere near close enough for, our past events and the history that has transpired between us. And he slowly backs away with his hands up in the air. I mean you no harm. You may leave. And safe travels to you.
I would have believed that if you didn't throw me out of a fucking skyscraper.
Well, and he seems to scratch his head awkwardly at that. Yes, that is an understandable position to hold. I cannot fault you for that. And Stephen sort of looks at him with this look of shock as he looks between you and this guy, the evil wizard guy, and he says, he threw you out of a skyscraper?
Well, yeah. It was disintegrating and everything afterwards.
He disintegrated you?
He trapped my dad in a sack.
What?
Yeah.
He kidnapped me. He forced me to fight them.
And the more...
He put your dad where, dude?
And the more that you say, the more shocked this kid seems to become. And he's looking at Escalon. And he says, Mr. Solomon, is all of that true? And, as he's been called, Mr. Solomon, looks back to Stephen and he frowns more and he says, unfortunately, yes, it is all true, Stephen. And Stephen just seems lost for words. He's like, but you helped me. You were there for me. You've been helping me all this time. And he just goes quiet because he doesn't seem to really understand exactly. And Mr. Solomon, he replies, everything will become clear in time. They mean you no harm, and they're here to take you somewhere safe. Isn't that right, Halcyon Maxwell? Also, where is Beatrice?
She's busy. None of your business. Stop looking for little girls.
Well, when you see her, well...
Yeah, are you trying to message a minor right now?
Oh my god. Jesus Christ.
That is suspicious.
It is.
What the fuck, guys?
Solomon had 1,000 wives after all.
Okay, you stop.
It was great.
Jesus
This guy's
fucking
a freak.
Christ. No. Stop.
I don't know what any of these people are saying, but you must not be very cool, dude.
Oh my god. Okay, let me get my bearings again because I've been unhinged for a moment. He he says to you, Halcyon, I was merely interested in knowing how my apprentice is coming along with her magic. That is all.
Apprentice?
Oh, that's right. Everybody was unconscious when that revelation happened, weren't they? Well then, surprise! Yes, she is my apprentice of sorts.
I feel like you've got too much of a grip on too many of my friends, Mr. Defenestration Man.
Well,
I have a question. How important is this exposition?
like the scene that's happening right now? Or what do you mean?
Somewhat.
Not terribly important, I guess. We can keep like moving along if you feel it necessary.
No, because I think I may have an out for us.
Oh, what do you mean?
But
Uh-huh. Can I try and just like either pin him to the ceiling or make him sink?
I mean, you can, but he's not actually like. You can try at least. He's not actually like making any sort of like aggressive movements or anything towards you. In fact, he's like backing away. He's making it very
Well,
clear.
these people that are
it is-
here to save us just said that they threw a guy out of a window and put their dad in a sack.
I mean, you can have Rodney attack him by all means if you want to attack him. You can.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh my god.
If I see
Oh my
Rodney-
god.
If I see Rodney going to attack him, can I try and put logic into Rodney's brain?
Yeah, you see Rodney. Rodney, does he make it obvious that he's about to like try and attack this man?
Yeah.
That he's about to get violent?
I don't think he ever does.
Oh, so he's just gonna turn and try to like fuck him up, pretty much.
I think he's just gonna like yeah, I think he is just gonna throw a fucking
Okay. In
just
that
throw a
case,
haymaker at this guy. Classic, you know,
I got
not
you.
expecting it. I forget the fucking word for that. There's a word for that.
That's understandable. All right. In that case,
sucker punch.
There it is.
oh my god.
Sucker punch.
Okay, one second. I have to. God damn it. Okay. Okay. In that case, what is your fighting?
My fighting?
Guess.
7.
7. Okay. And the danger we'll say would be that, so actually it lines up. Yeah, so go ahead and make a fitness fighting roll and he will roll against you.
Alright.
Wham.
This is going
Shit.
right.
No successes, alright, and he's gonna try to perform an action against you as you turn. Oh!
Can I try
I
and
would,
like
I would like to succeed and do that thing.
Oh, you mean succeed at a cost?
Succeed at a cost, yeah.
Okay, in that case, let me finish rolling these dice. Okay, so he has 1, 2, 3 successes, and you're succeeding at a cost. So, here's what ends up happening. You turn, you haymaker punch the shit out of him. He does not really, like, he like, stumbles a bit, but it's clear this man is a lot tougher than you know, you would think. And, he, as you punch him, as you connect with him, right, you feel like something grip around your neck as well. And you find yourself being lifted off of the ground suddenly. And everybody is seeing this happen, by the way.
Yeah, I don't know who this guy is, but the evil wizard man is hurting him. So I'm gonna take out my sword and charge.
Ivy would like to look at Escalon and say, Escalon, stop.
And he looks to you, and he says, well, I would like to say that I was not the one that initiated violence here. He turned,
Can you...
he tried to punch me, and I will gladly put him down and allow you to leave if we all agree to remain peaceful. Can we do that?
You talk too much.
Does he say that as he's being choked in the middle of the air?
Listen, wicked dude. Next time I see you, I will put you in a... Because Halcyon's dad is kind of cool. He got me a horse. And you putting him in a sack is the opposite of cool. And there's also the part about you, almost killing me. So next time I see you, and this is a promise, I will not sit until I've got you locked down.
Until you what?
Until I've got you locked down. Until you have nowhere to go and nowhere to run. And then I'll beat the crap out of you.
Bold words.
Yeah, I don't think that's de-escalating things, man.
Yeah, stop. Everyone, stop.
And
The
as
man
you're
wanted to
speaking,
kill you, he could have done so the second you walked in.
as you're talking, Rodney slowly floats through the air as he's continuing to be held up by his neck. And you're like choking, Rodney. Like this man is like choking you with this sort of force somehow. And he floats you over towards where Halcyon and Maxwell are standing. And he gently lowers you onto the ground. And then he releases you.
Nerd.
Well, I do like to read books, so I suppose, in part, you are correct. I am a nerd. Yes. And he does the whole, he gives you the, and then he does the whole, one second. What the hell is it called in Star Trek? With the thing with the hand, and he's like, peace. I forget what
Are
it's
you
called.
talking about the Vulcan symbol of peace?
Exactly. He gives you the whole Vulcan symbol of peace deal.
Okay, yeah, okay, you are a nerd. But, have you read Animorphs, though?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay,
Ivy flicks.
that's common ground.
What's an anamorph?
Oh,
Halcyon's an animorph.
so, like, I kind of am, yeah. So, like, basically, it's a super cool book series where, they turn into animals, and it's so cool. It's my favorite book series. Yeah.
Okay. Understood.
It's kind of like our motto, I guess, because we're all animorphs. Or at least me,
Yeah.
Halcyon, and are.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't
Because
try
we
to
can
say
turn-
animal.
That's okay. We have some members that can't,
Mm-hmm.
but
Well, anyways, then.
maybe in the future.
Yeah, you can always become an animorph, I guess. Simon.
I would rather not.
Well then, kids.
You should Halcyon invite you.
I wish you well travels, and to be safe, and peace be with you. And he turns around and he walks away. Back somewhere deeper into the school.
Wait, where's my mom? What did
And
you do with
as
my
you
mom?
ask him that question, he freezes suddenly. And then he turns around to face you, Halcyon. And he just has this look of complete and utter confusion on his face. And he looks at you and he says, "What do you mean, where is your mother?"
Didn't you kidnap her?
He looks to you, Halcyon, and he turns fully around, and he says to you very bluntly, I know you might find this difficult to believe, but what I told you back in the tower was the truth. I really do not savor the idea of killing children. Neither do I really enjoy the prospect of kidnapping children's mothers, either, for that matter. I
But
am sorry,
kidnapping
but
children
I
is
do not
fine.
know what happened to your mother. If you'd like, you can make a like a roll to see if you want, see if he's being truthful or not. How?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
What's the role?
It'll be wits empathy.
I like how kidnapping children's mothers is bad, and killing children is also bad, but kidnapping children is fine.
When did we establish that killing children was bad? He almost killed me. That was like literally 3 months ago.
Save some mothers for the rest of us.
Okay, so Hal, you
Not good roll.
you try to do your best, and try to discern whether he's being honest with you or not, and you have no idea. Like you cannot tell. You do not know.
Yeah, I mean, you say that, but then you constantly do those things all the time. Like, you say, I don't want to be killing children, I don't want to be kidnapping people, and then, then you do it. Like, no one's gonna trust you if you never do the things that you say, okay? Like, I can't tell
Maxwell,
if you're lying or not.
I'm assuming you're referring to what happened in the tower with Maxwell. That was not something I wish to do. And I would like to remind you, though I know perhaps Beatrice did not elect to tell you this information for one reason or another, the potion that saved your life, Maxwell, I was the one that made that potion. I gave that to her so that she could save you.
Yeah, I get that part, but still, that's like giving someone a defibrillator and also causing a heart attack. It's like it doesn't add up, man.
Cancels each other out, you know?
Exactly. Balanced, as all things should be.
Well, no. Listen, Thanos. Sorry, that's too far in the future.
No, it's not. Thanos is...
Oh yeah. Wait, that's right. Comics. That's right. Shut up, Thanos. Listen, man. If you stab a dude and then you give him a Band-Aid, that doesn't mean that it was okay to stab the dude.
Well then, need I remind you, you were the one who was trying to attack me in that moment.
Yeah, because you had brainwashed our friends.
Yeah, what he said.
I drop-kicked that child and self-defense officer.
Like, genuinely, if you're such a strong wizard, why didn't you just, knock me out magically and didn't, you threw me out of a window? Out of,
He put me asleep. He put me to sleep just now.
Oh, well, yeah, see, if you can put people to sleep, why don't you just do that? Why'd you throw me off the top of a building?
Yeah, you legitimately roofied a child.
Oh my god.
Are you even allowed into the school? Legally?
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
we should take away your teaching license.
Oh my god, no. Stop. He just seems tired of this conversation. He says to you, I don't know what happened to your mother. Oh, shit, somebody left. Who was that?
Simon.
Oh, hopefully he's okay. Goodness.
Yeah.
Anyways, oh, there he is. Okay. He says to you,
Sorry, I accidentally closed the Discord window. Did I miss anything?
not really, no. Okay, he says to you, I'm sorry, I really do not know what has happened to your mother. I did not have anything to do with it. That is the truth.
Can I roll empathy,
Yeah, absolutely.
Simon?
Yeah, you can. Everybody can. If they want to roll with sympathy to tell if he's lying, you absolutely can.
What's my wit? That's not
I
very
will
good.
also roll. What is my empathy?
Two
Not very
successes.
good either.
Okay.
Oh, hey.
Nope.
Oh, hey, look at that. That's one success.
And it's a 10, so you get to roll
Well, you
another
have
die.
a lot of wits.
Oh, wait, I get to re-roll one.
Yep.
Not re-roll, roll
Re-roll the
again.
one.
That was awful.
Uh-oh.
Nothing happens with ones, though, so it's all good.
Yeah.
Okay, so for those of you who got a success, you think he's telling the truth. He really does not seem to know, like, anything about Halcyon's mother being kidnapped. Like, he seems to be being entirely genuine here.
Okay. All right. All right. You're on thin ice. You're on thin ice, mister.
I mean, he's also been here the entire time, so I guess he couldn't have kidnapped your mother.
Oh, yeah, what was he doing here?
And
He was
Stephen, he speaks up at that. He's the guidance counselor here.
yes.
Was this man
I don't
talking
like
to children?
Everybody
I
spoke
mean-
at once. Can you one person at a time? I can't understand everybody at once.
Sorry.
What were you saying, Halcyon?
Oh, I was just like, ew, I don't like the idea of him being a guidance counselor.
Yeah, I was wondering, like, why would they let him talk to children? That's, like, in an enclosed space, too. That's just a recipe for bad situations.
For defenestration.
Did he do that again?
No, he didn't. I don't think he did. But, I don't know how I didn't catch him. But yeah, he's been the guidance counselor here for a while, it seems. I don't think he's done anything too bad, though I mean, he tried to recruit Steven, and then Mr. Solomon will probably notice that by his account of things, Simon shouldn't know this because Solomon put him to sleep.
And he does pick up on that, and he's like, clever satyr. My.
You know, I can put people to sleep too. You think that was gonna work on me? You're not the only one with magic around here, Mr. 700 Wives.
Ivy looks over at Escalon. Okay, we've been biting on each other back and forth. What do you want, Escalon?
And he tilts his head at that, and he says, well, for one, I'd like to go back to my work now. So, safe travels to you. Stay out of trouble. Good luck. And he turns and he continues to try and walk away.
I'm filing a complaint against you. With the school.
He does not give you an answer to that. Like, he does not respond to you. Like, at all.
Okay. We should go.
Yeah, we should get out of here.
Okay. And then that is where we will end the session. You guys return to the van with Argus, and you begin the trek back to camp. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording. We'll do reflections, and then, yeah, all right, going ahead and stopping.